Good morning. It's the Nova Shepherd update, which I haven't done for a while now. It's the 21st of October. I had to think about it for a second. It's 8:30 in the morning when I'm recording this. Saturday. Everyone's asleep in my house except for me. Already been up and had a shower and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna give you guys, anyone who wants to know this kind of stuff, what's been going on. It's been 5 weeks since I have not been working. So the super quick recap for anyone who doesn't know. When I moved out here. I went to work for a church called Lighthouse, and Lighthouse, in the basics of terms, cannot afford to keep me anymore, and is in a very interesting transition period. Um, and so we're still functioning as a church, but we don't have a pastor. We don't have anyone that's kind of being the pastor. Me and another man named Ewan are basically handling all the preaching, and we've had some actually new people come in, but we're basically running the church. I'm preaching this week. I preached last week. I've been putting my sermons online. I've actually been recording them. Got a brand new microphone, which makes it sound much better. But and I'm still enjoying doing that, but it's different. So yeah, so 5 weeks ago I finished being the Lighthouse Youth Director. I started as the Lighthouse in November. My official job started. We moved out here in August. I basically volunteered my time, didn't have a job until November. November, I got hired as the youth mentorship coordinator, which basically I helped out in tons of different programs, but I also ran a mentoring program with a guy named Chris Kaiser, um, who was 19. So I was mentoring him, and he was helping me mentor youth. And we had three youth. We had four in total. One dropped out, and we got a new one. And I'd like to say it was a success. It's almost impossible to gauge these kind of things. I think we made an impact on a certain level. We went out for coffee like Timmy's a lot, and met weekly, did a Bible study and stuff, and it was good. And so while I was doing that, all the other youth leaders left, all the other youth workers left that worked for Lighthouse, and so I ended up taking over everything. And and then 5 weeks ago, I basically stopped because there was no more money for me to do that job. So, and it's this weird thing because God provides in so many different ways, and I'm not a man of great faith. I wish I was. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. People see, it's funny because people have told me, it's like, oh wow, you did that amazing, because we moved out here without me having a job, without any of us like knowing, like, it's like this is just where God called us to come to. And that sounds super faithful and stuff, but the more and more I'm kind of in this life, the less I'm like, it's not that big a deal. It's kind of crazy because it is a big deal, but it's not. And so just before, literally just before I lost my position, Bethany got a position. She's been looking for full time employment the entire time we've been out here, and she actually, there was this perfect job that we're like, that's going to be great, and then she didn't get it, and then right after that, she started working for Lighthouse in Undercurrent, doing the administration work for 15 hours a week, which I think is what God wanted her to do, because as soon as it was coming time for Lighthouse not to be able to afford her anyways, um, she got this new job with a place called BDO, and uh, she works as the receptionist for the Sydney office, and she's killing it. She works Monday to Friday. She's doing an awesome job. I'm super proud of her, and because of that, God's supplying that job, and because I'm trying, I'm trying to trust more and more. I'm not freaking out nearly as much as I thought I would. What I'm struggling with the most is the waiting, but that's what God keeps on saying is wait. I keep on hearing, not like wait, like not like, but I keep on getting this strong feeling that I'm supposed to just sit in this season and use this time to work on stuff, to work on myself, to work on, like, and that's not, doesn't mean I'm not going to be looking for a job. I am, because I would like to have a job. I feel kind of unfulfilled not having a job, but I'm going to be getting unemployment insurance or employment insurance or whatever you call it. So I will be bringing some money in, but I I'm having to learn to just sit there and wait. And I'm doing a lot of stuff. Like, I'm running around, I'm driving. Shepherd's taxi is a thing. I'm driving everybody everywhere, and which is really helpful for everyone else. But for me, it's just, I'm in this period of wait, but I'm not freaked out about it, because God is God and He's on His throne, and He's got something in mind for me, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if that is ministry related, as in working for a church, or if that's going to be working at a group home, or if that's going to be doing something else. But it's in the waiting. I saw this thing a little while ago that talked about, like, the fact that that's where you build faith, is in the waiting. Because if you prayed for something and God gave it to you like that, there's no faith there. There's no waiting on God, and you don't build any relationship there, because it's just like, oh, I just gave you what you wanted, and then you ask again, I gave you what you wanted. It's in these periods that you build more faith and trust in God, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm not freaking out. Um, my depression is trying to make me freak out and trying to hit hard, and there are days when it does, and there's days when I'm like, no, it's okay. And so one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, for the longest time, I'll be honest, this has been on my heart, and I keep on pushing it off. And but I'm going to be doing a deep dive personally into the Book of Romans. Um, and I'm going to be making videos about my deep dive into the Book of Romans. It's something that I've been feeling, and it just keeps on, Romans just keeps on hitting me, and I've been like, yeah, I don't have time, and I guess what I have time now. Um, I have time, so there's things I think this time is for me to work on myself and figure out, like, I need to get start doing yoga again, because that was a good thing for me. I'll be honest, but I need to get back into reading my Bible much more consistently, and I want to get into Romans. So I'm gonna make some videos, um, and yeah, somebody's alarm's going off. I don't know if you can hear that, but this is an interesting time in my life, just like all the other interesting times in my life. For all you people who've been praying, supporting me, I really appreciate it. Please keep doing that. I need the help. I A praying people is what God calls us to be, and I ask that you continue doing that. I'm going to continue volunteering my time at Lighthouse, especially preaching. Preaching this week, and then I'll probably take a couple weeks off, and then I'll be preaching again. So, and yeah, I'm going to try and use my time wisely until I get a job, and then I'll use my time wisely doing that and doing all the other stuff. My life's chaotic, but it's good. God is still on His throne. Jesus is still Jesus. So, yeah, this is kind of my update. It's been a month and a bit, and I'm learning to sit in it, and learning to be patient, and learning to understand where God is trying to direct me, and wait on Him. If you made it this far in my little video here, I'd like to thank you. You guys have an awesome day. God bless, and I hope that everything is going to be good for everyone. It's a weird thing to say, I know, but I'm actively praying for a lot of people, and there's a lot of balls in the air for a lot of people, and a lot of different things and struggles and stuff. But know that Jesus is still Jesus. He is on His throne, and the world's a crazy place, but God still loves us, and that means a heck of a lot. So, anyways, you have an awesome day. I'd love to hear from anyone. Reach out, and because I got the time, apparently. God bless.